Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. From touchdowns to liquid air on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
There we go. Now we got it. Got the wrong one. Had the wrong mic input set up. So appreciate the heads up. I appreciate y'all looking out for me. If you hear the audio now, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Make sure. There we go. There we go. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. But yeah, we all ready for the Super Bowl. Been going back and forth. Been hearing the media. They down on Media Row. A lot of talk from both sides. And that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it always is. Super Bowl week, you get a lot of extra. That's the stuff that the players hate dealing with, all the stupid questions and all the things like that. But that's the nature of the beast. That's what they deal with. And it's part and parcel. So you just got to deal with it. So everybody's pretty much locked in, both teams, just like it was last time, really, man. Everybody got something complimentary to say about the other team. You know, nobody's throwing no arrows, not putting bulletin board material up. Everybody's pretty much locked in. So all the other stuff is just for the fans and the media and all of that type of stuff. So ready to rock and roll. Tired of the nonsense. I would imagine now until game time, this is where the nights get long because you don't have any more media obligations and you ready to just, get to the game. So, but with that out of the way, I want to bring in my guest. You guys have seen him before. This is my brother from Eastern Kentucky. He played with the Eagles. He played 4 years. I think it was 4 years with the Eagles and 8 years with the Chiefs. So he's well versed on both sides of the ball, but he spent most of his time with the Chiefs, so he is a Chiefs fan. Not mad at that. But let me bring my brother on to the mic. Everybody say what's up to Jason Dunn. Jason, what's going on, brother?
Oh, what's going down, brother? How you doing? How's it going?
Man, I'm so good, man. I'm just, this has been a long 2 weeks since last time
Come
we've
on
been
now.
a lot. Because last time we talked, the conference championship hadn't happened yet, right?
No, it hasn't. Or it hadn't at the time.
Yeah.
But it seemed like forever because just the whole like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And man, I've talked about this game ad nauseum. I'm telling you, I done been podcasts, TV shows. We having a big Super Bowl party the day before for the Kentucky
Okay.
Pro Football Hall of Fame. A lot of guys are coming down. Big Dave, Mark Collins, guys like that, man,
Oh,
are
that's
coming
what's up.
down. Yeah. So a lot of our chapter man up in Cincinnati from where you hail,
Yeah.
So, but hey, look, and you said it, okay? So I don't want everybody to get it twisted, all right? Look, I cut my teeth up in Philly, all right? Cut my teeth up in Philly. I still got love for Philly, no question about it. But the thing is, how it all operates, how it works in the NFL, sometimes you got to make your home elsewhere, right?
Yep.
So that's, for me, I lived in Jersey probably for like 15 years, even when I was playing with Kansas City. I was still up there. And I would come back to the East Coast, man. For me, nothing beats the East Coast. All right? I love just being up there, East Coast, all the flavor that you got, just the people, the food, the culture, everything, man. I just love it. So
Yeah.
now where everything is, with me, I get, hey man, I'm rocking Kansas City, and
I
so
ain't
like,
mad at you. I ain't
I'm,
mad at you.
nah, man, look, I've been out there for 8 years, and I look at it like this: Andy took the same route I took,
Yep.
Dick Field took the same route that I took as well. Sean Barber's another brother that played with in Philly, came out to
Yep.
Kansas City. So you got quite a few people out for sure that have made their way from Philly to Kansas City. There's a lot of connections that's there.
Absolutely.
And that's the good thing about it, man. Because people outside of it don't quite understand the connection as
Right.
tough, as hard as it is. Same thing with Andy, his first team, and how he had to, go through his heartaches, but then brings, a lot of the wins, change the culture around there. And
Yeah.
so he's Andy's an icon in Philly for a reason, right? And I know everybody still has love for Andy in Philly, as they should. So I see my homegirl right here, Janira. Janira, you ready to get into this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Here, yes, JD. Right, that's one of my Philly people for sure.
Okay, okay.
That's sis right there, man. That's sis right there.
That's
Philly
what's
love.
up. That's what's up.
Absolutely.
When you were here, where did you stay? When you was in South Jersey, where did you stay?
Mullica Hill, just outside
Okay.
of Mullica Hill. Yeah, I
Okay.
I
You was
was
up there by because I used to go
Willie
up there.
T.
Willie T. I used to be up at Willie T's crib a lot.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to get Willie T on tomorrow, man. I texted him.
Okay.
I want to see if I can get him on tomorrow. Yeah, man. I used to go out there, up there, not too far from the flea market and all of that type of stuff.
Right.
So
322, 55.
Yep.
I mean, come on. I was just right the road, man, to get on. It wasn't nothing to get going down to Atlantic City.
Yep.
So, yeah, man. I tell you what, I always like going up to the city of Philly, man. But now, hey, man, look, it's clashing heads, baby. It is what it is, Marcus. It is
what it is, bro. It's all good. It's all good, man. That's the way. That's the way it goes, man. And it's especially with what we're doing now with social media and everybody that's on social media that is not as tied in or have been in the locker room. We know what it is. I say this all the time. Everybody on every team got friends on other teams.
Absolutely.
That's just the way it goes. And it's always funny because, when we were still playing, we didn't really get into the jersey swapping and all of that type of stuff. We was friends, but when you was on that field, it was time for business.
That's right.
You would hook up after the game and go out and do what you got to do. But when you was on that field, man, you was trying to knock somebody's head off, man. It's changed a lot. Now they giving away jerseys and shoes and signing gloves and all that type of stuff. It's just a different brand of football. But as with all things, it's gonna change and evolve, and there's no different here, man. So, but it's all love on both sides, man.
Oh yeah.
And at the end of the day, regardless of what team you play for, we all still agree that we hate the Cowboys. So it's all
that's a fact. That is a fact.
It's all good. It's all you know what, man? I was thinking about this because I always go at it with Cowboys fans.
Yeah.
And I always say, like, I hate the Cowboys for obvious reasons. Mm-hmm. But I grew up as a Tony Dorsett fan. And here's my logic with Cowboys fans.
Okay.
If you had the opportunity to see Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin and Larry Allen and all them boys, if you got to see them play in real time, talk your talk. Right. Because you couldn't beat them. They were that good. And it was what it was. They were just that dynasty in the 90s. But if you never saw Troy Aikman throw a pass in person, I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from you if you watching the last Cowboys Super Bowl on VHS tape, bro. I'm not trying to hear you. So if you saw him play yourself, go ahead and talk your talk. Because they were that good. And Jerry Jones was an idiot for firing Jimmy Johnson, and then he fired Bill Parcells. So he get what he get.
Yeah. He got, Jimmy got too big. The spotlight and shine wasn't on him anymore. And so when he felt like he was being usurped by Jimmy, he was like, "Oh, this town is not big enough for both of us."
Yeah, man.
And he was winning games. He was winning Super Bowls. They had the era at that time. And sure. And sure enough, man, what is how was the old saying? You're not gonna do nothing till you do right by me. The old me
from Color Purple,
baby. That's right. Yeah,
but people yeah, man. Like most people don't remember. I'm a child of the '70s, so that's when the whole America's thing, a team started. But the reason why it started like that was because the Steelers was kicking everybody's ass.
Right.
The Steelers was the dominant team in the 70s, and I believe Roger Staubach won one Super Bowl against the Steelers. But everybody, like the Steelers were the bad guys. So when the Cowboys beat the Steelers in whatever Super Bowl that was huge. And that started turning it around. And then, of course, when Troy Aikman happened, and then when Troy got Emmett, and then they got Michael, that's when they went to work. And then they hired Jimmy Johnson, man, and then it was good until it wasn't.
Right.
You know, so, but it's funny, man, because, and I'm mentioning the Cowboys for a reason, because I'm looking at Jerry Jones, and all of the things that he does with having a press conference after every game and the circus that is the Dallas Cowboys. And then you juxtapose that with what Nick Sirianni is doing, what Andy Reid started, and what he's continuing in Kansas City, man, and just the difference. And this is something I say all the time, man. Coaching matters. And when you got ownership that'll do what they need to do and then put hands off. Get your hands off of it. He's the guy you hire. Let him do what you hired him to do.
Right.
And Dallas can't seem to get out their own way. And then organizations like the Eagles and Kansas City kind of figured it out.
Yeah. Well, but that's when we say can't get out of their own way, it's Jerry. That's it. He is the Cowboys. And so they go how he goes.
Right.
And what he does is he tries to bring people in that he can control. He doesn't give full autonomy to make their decisions. And so they've been victims of Jerry Jones micromanaging everybody. That's what he's doing. And so then he gets in the media and he acts like it's just okay, and we're gonna deal with this and stuff like that. Jerry, it's been years.
Yeah.
Years, decades, my brother, for you to some of the shenanigans. And look, I could talk a lot about Jerry Jones and the things he does, right? But those guys are suffering for it. And they have a lot of talent down there. They do. So
Absolutely, man. And I'm looking it up. Stephen Jones is 60. He's 60. So, and it's funny because I look back when Jerry Jones was on Landman and he had that part on Landman, which was beautiful. He knocked that out the park. But the whole thing was him talking about buying businesses and stuff so he could be closer to his kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you did all of that so you could work with your kids, but you ain't letting your kids work. Because Stephen Jones needs to be calling the shots, but he's just sitting back. And you can tell, like when I saw that press conference when they hired Schottenheimer, and I'm looking at Stephen Jones' face, and I'm like, he is not happy at all. And it's a shame because he will never get to assert his, his thing. He's not going to be able to put his fingerprints on it.
No.
And by the time he gets, unfortunately, it's not going to be until Jerry Jones passes away where he's going to be able to figure out what he can do. And by the end, it might be too late.
He is the puppet master, right? The marionette is right there, and he's just pulling the strings on everything. Yeah. And that's how he wants it. That's exactly how he wants it. He's going to get everything he wants, man.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it. Yeah. So,
and he getting everything but a championship.
Right.
But on to our game, bro.
I hear it. Yeah, I was like, nothing about them Cowboys and the Cowgirls. I don't hear about no more of them jokers. You know what I mean?
Sure, man. But
love Janera out there, and I'm sure some of my people have moseyed on over from Chiefs Concerns to Chiefs Kingdom into here because they want to come and hear what we got to say about this whole battle that's coming up, my brother.
That's what's up. Put your questions in the chat. I will put them up. And you know what? If you got time later on, man, I might drop the link. So if somebody want to come on and ask some questions live, you do not have to have your camera on. All you have to have is a good microphone or your AirPods or whatever, just so we can hear you clear. You do not have to be on camera. If you come on, we can get your audio, and we don't have to see you if you don't want that. If you're brave enough to come on air and turn on your camera, more power to you.
Please do.
So I might drop the link a little bit later, but
that'd be good, man. They don't have to be, like you said, to get all dolled up and man, come on through. Just come on through and
See, I'm one of the lucky ones. I ain't got to worry about my hair. I ain't got that problem. You know what I'm saying? So, but one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. I was watching your podcast last week.
Yes.
Right. And I was laughing because I was chiming in a little bit. You shouted me out the one time, man. But the one thing I found that was hilarious was I was listening to the stuff that you were saying. And obviously you got the perspective of a Chiefs fan and you're listening to the media out there and from your perspective, from what you see from your team. And I thought to myself, I said, man, they saying the same thing that we saying. The exact same thing. Except you just substitute Eagles for Chiefs, but it's the exact same thing. Your quarterback is the best, and why? Our offensive line is the best and why. Got the receivers and why. You got Chris Jones. We got Jalen Carter. So basically, we just swapping players, but we saying the exact same thing. You talked about, you know what Spags is going to do. Spags is going to dial it up. You know, we over here talking about Vic Fangio. He done brought us from worst to first. We saying the same things, man. And I always, this is when you really get to appreciate the chess match that is football, because you got good things on both sides. So it's really going to be a rock'em sock'em robots. You know, you just going to line up on that field, roll up your sleeves, and you're going to get to it. And that's how you're going to figure it out. Is a lot of the fluff that people think they got to beat on TV, which they really don't. But all of that stuff gets blown out of the water.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody thinks that they know what's going on, but they don't have a clue. They don't have any idea. And when you get on the field and that first time you put your hand in that dirt, then you're going to find out what's what, man. And at the end of the day, the same rules still apply. I want to assert my will upon you. And whoever wins that battle is usually the ones that's going to win the game.
That's right. What did Mike Tyson say? He said everybody has a game plan until they get hit.
Till they get punched in the mouth.
That's right, man. And so we expecting it. It's gonna be a brawl on Sunday.
Yeah.
Make no mistake about it. Everybody's gonna get your popcorn. You're gonna get your money's worth. You're gonna see a good halftime show. It's gonna be everything is gonna live up to it. I'm telling you right here. And the fact is, for the Chiefs, you know, we're looking to rewrite history in the NFL. They're trying to become the first team to have a three-peat since the merger, because, you know, I forgot which analyst was out there talking about, the Packers did it then. But you only had 6 teams playing.
And you was playing, you know, mailman and firemen were on the teams. And so it was a little bit different back then.
Yeah, Jokers had full-time job, you know, working down at the mill. But
on the bench smoking cigarettes.
Oh, man, come on now. At that part, right? But the thing is, it's, you know, they're looking and vying for trying to do a three-piece, something that has never been done in the history of the game, right?
Right.
The history of the game. So for me, I've said this in the show because of, we talked about New England and what they've been able to achieve and all those different things, Tom Brady and whatnot. For me, this is my own opinion. Patrick Mahomes, once he takes this thing, he's going to go down as the best in history for me.
Yeah.
And the reason is because of, you know, level of difficulty, how fast he was able to do it. You know, I mean, he's just been playing phenomenal with the things that he's been able to do just for the short years he's been in. Now, he's such an incredible talent. Yeah. And because everybody was talking down about him when he first got in, you know, a lot of people was just, he's not athletic, he's undisciplined and this and that. Yeah. They was talking bad about him. You know, they moved up to get him, but everybody moved up to get him. Yeah, why would you do that?
Andy Reid saw something that nobody else see.
That's right.
And I remember we talked about this before, because I remember Patrick Mahomes and who was the other one I was talking about? Tony Romo. Tony Romo. When he got the starting job at Dallas, people were like, come on now. We'll be looking for a new quarterback in the draft soon enough. But I got a thing, you know, especially with us going to Eastern Kentucky, I got a thing for underdogs. You know, you go into a situation and people don't expect a lot from you because of whatever the reasons it was. So I knew with Mahomes, what did he do at Texas Tech? Who was their level of competition? Did he play anybody in the SEC? And all of them questions and all of them check marks that everybody wants to see. And then once again, the guy that you ain't thinking about becomes one of the best to ever do it. The same thing happened with Tom Brady, the 6th-round draft pick from Michigan that ran a damn 5.2 in the 40 at the combine.
Yeah.
Like it's looking like somebody's, you know, mailman, when he had his workout, man. And just, you never know what somebody is made of until you put them to the test. And you got so many people that still want to put the bike together by looking at the box. They don't want to do the homework, and they don't want to put somebody or let them see what they're made of in actual competition and stuff like that. You still got going by what looks the best, what's the biggest, tallest, fastest, strongest, and all of that. And they still have not figured out the best way to measure somebody's heart.
Can't do it.
All this
Hey,
technology, they still
nope.
can't figure that out.
These analysts, all these guys out here that's doing all the, all the numbers and whatnot, right? And is it the prototypical look guy? Well, shoot, you can never measure a man's will and his heart and what he's all about. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. And so we see it time in and time again. Guys that look like Cooper Kupp. He's like, you see him, that joker look like he's pushing carts at a grocery store. You wouldn't even know that. But
he should be working at Buc-ee's.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? And so that's the thing about it. When guys just have this innate ability to try to win and succeed, that's the drive that they have. That's why they become champions. And so I would say both quarterbacks, not just Patrick Mahomes, but also too Jalen Hurts. Look, I'm a huge Jalen Hurts fan. And I'm gonna say this: I still think he got shafted down in Alabama. The way they kind of treated him a little bit, and then he goes out there and Oklahoma does his thing, and then he gets drafted second round. I think the way that they were kind of playing him a little bit to the left, I was just like, yo, man, I'm a huge Jalen Hurts fan, because to me it always seemed like nobody ever gave him his due. Okay, nobody gave him his due. Now, I can also sit there and be honest that, look, coming this Sunday, we're not looking for him to do what he's been doing. We're gonna give him the business. We're gonna bring heat to him. We're gonna make him uncomfortable. We're gonna try to make him move it around in the pocket a little bit. And so we know Spags is he's just gonna bring that monster. And I don't care what quarterback that is. Everybody's gonna have a problem and issue when you have pressure. Okay, if you don't block it well and somebody's in your face, you're gonna have inerrant throws. Things like that's gonna happen. And so we know this. We know this. But like I said, I just want to say, man, I like Jalen Hurts. Huge fan of him. So lost your audio. Philly MM said, look at Mahomes, look like a dad body. He don't look like an athlete. Oh. Yeah. Same thing with McNabb. Donovan McNabb either. You see Donovan McNabb walking in? Still can't hear you, my brother. Is that me? Is anybody else? Can y'all hear Marcus?
That's me. That's me.
Okay. Right.
Something happened, man. My input switched to these headphones. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. All right. Now I know what to do anyways. But all right. Damn, now what was I saying? Oh, so when it comes to Jalen Hurts, two things can be true. Your quarterback can be winning and doing everything that he can to win games and being successful at that. And it can also be true that there were some valid criticisms to his game.
Right.
You gotta acknowledge that. And I think people take it too far, or they don't want to acknowledge it.
Exactly.
And I'm like, because I always use the example of the situation that happened with AJ Brown back in the middle of the season when he made the comment about working on the passing games after we had beaten Carolina. And of course, I'm gonna watch tape and I'm like, yo, AJ was right. Jalen Hurts had a bad game. He missed some open receivers.
Yep.
He's got to be better. Not a problem with that, because they're gonna say the same damn thing when you get to film session.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
right.
But what happens? Everybody wants to analyze it, overanalyze it, and then they, somebody done tapped into sources in the locker room says, there's a fight and they not getting along and this, that, and the other. And it's like, you got to pump your brakes, because most people don't understand the dynamics of that locker room and how they get down like that. You're going to hear the criticisms and stuff like that. You're going to hear more stuff in film session than you ever would on Sports Talk Radio, bro. You already know, because your coaches going to light your ass up.
Yes, sir. Switched on the audio again. Your audio switched again. Go ahead, speak it. Can't. Nope. Can't hear you.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
Dude, I don't know. I'm gonna take these headphones off in a minute because I don't know why they keep switching on me. Matter of fact,
Pat Ryan said, "Coach's computer has committed mutiny."
Let me try something now. Hold on. I'm gonna unplug these bad boys.
I see you chat. You got your chat rolling tonight, man. It's good.
Yeah, man.
I love it. I love seeing it. You know, chat is where it's at, man. Jokers be going each other.
What's going on here? What's that? I'm all jacked up. Get rid of these things. You know what?
I'm address one of the guys in here that said it. Teskey Mason said, "I hate how all these people are trying to say that KC are a strong, hard-hitting team, acting like we didn't go against the Ravens. People are dumb." Yeah. 13 seconds said, "Man, we went against the Ravens too. We did. You know." Lost your audio.
Yeah. For this is
Off and on. Off. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Can't hear anything. No, I can just hear you. I see your lips moving. Mm-mm. No, I'll give you a thumbs up when I hear it. Okay, if you can hear me, So I don't know. Marcus might have had some of these Chief fans come in and pull your plug out, man. And did something, came in, on the computer.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
There it is. Mm-hmm.
I hope it'll stay on this time.
All right.
All right, I can hear you now. I don't know what this is the software kicking my microphone off. So I just got to keep an eye on it, man. So it's all good. We moving. All right. Camera resolution. 720p. All right, we good. Just give me the heads up if it crap out again.
We got you.
I'll keep going. But Teskey Mason, thank you for the super chat. This is one of the things I've been talking about. Whether you pick one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the Eagles go, we done passed every test. They said the same thing because they thought Pittsburgh was going to beat us. Then they thought Cincinnati was going to beat us. Then they thought Baltimore really was going to beat us.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, and that's why I say, take all of that stuff out of it and just look at the facts. When you get on the field and you see what you see, that should answer all the questions. And if the situation was flipped, and Kansas City had the number one defense, and you had all of those things, then it wouldn't be a question. So I always look at the situation like, once again, they're trying to discredit the things that Jalen Hurts have been doing. I understand why people are picking Mahomes because they're like, until somebody beats them.
Right.
And I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. But I also understand when you're looking at everything, if it was another team, if this was the Buffalo Bills, and they had the stats that we had with the defense that we had. And Josh Allen, when he went for 187 against when they lost to the Chiefs or whatever he threw for, because he had a couple of games where he didn't light it up, but he won with his and all that type of stuff. And you do what you got to do to win. Period. Ain't nobody say nothing about that. So it's like they throwing Jalen under the bus because he ain't throwing for 400 yards. And I'm like, I don't know how many times he got to tell you, or you got to look at the games. You do what you got to do to win. And oh, by the way, there's a guy back there that we got from New York named Saquon Barkley, who my man just said it's official. He's Offensive Player of the Year.
Yes, yep. Yeah.
That wasn't even up for a debate, but we didn't have that last time. I think Miles Sanders had like 6 or 7 carries in the last Super Bowl. Once he fumbled that ball, he was no more good for that game. No more good for that game. And it's another situation where people got to be reminded defense wins championships.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely they do. And if you have a very, vaunting defense, okay, that we know Philly does have, Nick Fangio, but he's 0-9 against Patrick Mahomes. He's seen Patrick before several times. So we start looking at some of these numbers too, right? And on some of the things that I've talked about, how we would look to attack, the Birds defense. What would our defense go against, the Eagles offense, and we can have different philosophies on how you do it scheme wise. And it boils down to protecting the football, eliminate mistakes. And it's the old, hey, tackle, catch, run, simple, right? So
there you go.
If my guy makes more plays than you, my Joe makes more plays than your Joe, then more than likely you're gonna come out with a win.
Exactly. And the team with the least amount of mistakes.
Least amount of mistakes. Look, the two teams that's in there should deserve to be in here in the Super Bowl. Let's get that straight, okay? First and foremost, because everybody was trying to obviously, thrust, Josh Allen to his turn and Lamar is the last 2 turns, and if he don't do it right and stuff, you still got to come through Kansas City. I'm sorry. You could crown him. You want to crown him? Go ahead and crown him, right? Like Dennis Green just say, if you want to crown him champion, go on. They trying to crown Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Still got to play the game.
They got to play the game, man.
Got to play the game. So, and let me say this, because you brought that point up. Fangio is 0-8 versus Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
But there's context to that. All right? Stats don't lie, but they do deceive. So check this out. Those 0-8 teams, some of them were from Miami, some of them were from Chicago, and some of them were from Denver, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Those offenses collectively, 11.8 points per game. Those offensive, they was what? 6, 13, 16, 16, 9, 24, 14, and 7. Those are the points that the offenses that he lost with scored. So that's an 11.8 average.
Okay.
And those offenses allowed 6 touchdowns from the defense.
Yeah.
So they had some help. So I'm simply saying that the matchups with Vic Fangio against Mahomes, most of those times Vic Fangio did not have a very good offense. This time he's got a little bit more balance. So you got to be careful when everybody throws around these stats, because you never know what happened when he was with Denver. You didn't know what happened when he was with Miami or when he was with Chicago. Things were different. So you got to take that into consideration. And not near one of them times did he have a running back like Saquon Barkley or a running quarterback like Jalen Hurts. So that whole situation is different. So you got to look at the collection of stats with, you got to compare like to like. Find quarterbacks. What did he do against Carolina when they had Cam Newton? You know what I mean? I look at it from that standpoint. So The stats are good, but you got to keep them in context.
Well, okay, we'll go to let's talk about the recent ones. Okay,
Mhm.
When he was down there in Miami, Miami had a great offense, had a very good offense, right? One of the top ones in the league, and we still did crushed him. We even take this. A lot of people were sitting there talking about, well, he ended up becoming a consultant, that year for the Super Bowl. Well, we drummed him up too, being a consultant. He probably should have
Absolutely.
kept his mouth shut. I mean, so we start looking at it. And I get your point. I do. I get your point. I get your point of it because, yeah, it does. It always tells the whole tale. Numbers give you things, but it always tells the whole story, right? That I do agree with. But this is something that, guys and players could hold their hat on. This is like we keep talking about, like, man,
Right.
that's a talking point, right?
Right.
That's a talking point and how you're doing it. My thing is, if he's still sitting there saying, well, how do we stop Patrick Mahomes? Okay. Offense can't score. You can't score, you ain't winning. Period.
Right.
Okay.
There you go.
Also, too, you got to stop. Your job is to stop the offense from scoring. Right? I mean, that's your job on defense. Just keep him out the end zone. So if he's sitting over here, he's still coaching it up. If he's doing a great job, it's almost like what was the Ravens who they won the Super Bowl that year, and their defense was a terror. And all they asked them to do on offense, like, man, just score 2 touchdowns.
That's 2 touchdowns. Because then they average like 15-something points a game.
I think so.
They didn't score a lot of points.
They didn't score a lot of points at all. They didn't have nobody.
The defense was that good.
Yeah, exactly. So they were looking to score defense, points on defense.
Yeah.
But the thing is, man, we can run numbers and whatnot. The tale is going to be told on Sunday, no question about it. And I think for me, some of the concerns I think that Philly has, okay, it's my estimation, my own opinion about it, is how healthy is Jalen Hurts? How healthy is he really? We know the knee is a little banged up. Okay, he's not as silky smooth he has been. He's got that little brace on. Is the brace off?
The brace is off.
The brace is off. But we know
the brace was off against Washington.
Well, it looked like he had a sleeve on. He had a sleeve.
He warmed up. He warmed up with the brace on.
Okay.
Because they showed a close up of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that first series, he took it off.
Okay.
He took it off. So it might have been before. It may have been like right after warm up. He took it off because I know they showed it. Yeah. And then they showed it again when he had taken it off. And then that was when he ran that. He had that 40-yard touchdown.
Okay.
So and don't forget, they caught one back. Remember, they called one back.
Yeah, they did.
He was because I was worried about that against Washington, and he knocked that. He killed that rumor. He was like, "Ain't nothing wrong with his knee." So because remember that was a game where Joe Witt was talking about, "Yeah, we're gonna treat him like a running back, so we better keep him in the pocket." So my thing is, my concern is how was Landon Dickerson's knee? That's the one person I'm worried about, Landon Dickerson. I think Jurgens is going to be fine, but Landon Dickerson, I don't know if you remember when we played against Washington, Jurgens didn't play. He didn't start.
He didn't start. No,
because his back was jacked up. Landon Dickerson, they moved him to center because he played 2 years in center at Bama, and then he hurt his knee and was limping and didn't come back in the second half. So Jurgens played the whole second half. And they took advantage of that a couple times. Louvu crashed the gap a couple times, got a couple sacks out of it because I don't care if you played 2 years in college. When your normal position is at left guard and then they move you to center, yes, you don't forget how to play center. However, you are going to be rusty.
Absolutely.
And he had a couple wrong calls and looked the wrong way and let a couple of sacks through. Lucky for us, we got over all of that, and they still couldn't stop Saquon. So just things like that, making sure that Jurgens is healthy and making sure Landon Dickerson is healthy and everybody on that offensive line is ready to rock and roll, because it's like, hey, you got 6 months to rest.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put it all on the line. You're going to shoot it up. You're going to do whatever you got to do. Now,
Absolutely.
on the flip side of that, looking at Kansas City, because I've been watching a ton of tape, bro.
Yeah.
Watching a ton of tape.
Yes.
So my things is I'm looking at Caliendo. I'm looking at Tooney. Now, Joe Tooney is a guard.
Yes.
And probably he'll have his shot at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But it's at guard, not at tackle.
No.
So he is not a tackle. And he's to me, Caliendo is the chink in the armor. So will Jalen Carter or Milt Williams or Jordan Davis be able to expose that? Because I don't think the Chiefs are going to run behind Caliendo. They're going to try to either run away from him, or if they're running on that left side, it's going to be jet motion sweep with Xavier Worthy getting outside, but they are not going to run behind Caliendo. I don't see that happening at all.
Well, I tell you this. First off, Tooney has extensive, experience at tackle. He played some in college, but what he's been able to do has been nothing short but spectacular.
Yeah,
from going to guard to tackle, and I'm not just talking. I'm talking about going against the likes of, Myles Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you want to see Nico Benito, I mean, you name it. Joe's been going to be against guys week in and week out, and he's been doing a hell of a job by doing it. Now, I do agree with you, because Mike has come in. He's doing a great job. But what I also, too, because I brought this point up, we've gone against some really good defensive tackles, really good ones. Vita Vea, Tampa Bay. I mean, we could talk about the whole San Diego Chargers defense.
Yeah.
LA Chargers defense, right? Vegas's defense. He's gone against some boys. I mean, some real boys, too. So he's very good and very capable in the passing game, and he's doing a good job in the run game. Now, look, does that mean combination, keeping it tight, maybe being a little bit more patient when he moves up to the next level? That's what it's going to take. He's got to know that when he helps, he's got to be able to help his man, be patient, and know your help is coming, okay? Or you leave help, you got to push that man on so he can go up to the next level. So for us, I think offensively, there's going to be some things, and y'all know Andy. Andy's going to pull a lot of different things, man. He's very innovative, very creative with things he does. So he'll try to eliminate some of the things that they do well, right, defensively. Okay,
Right.
Try to use it against you. So I think he'll start, going into the old playbook. Marcus, I was showing people last night. I was telling them, I said, look, this is the old playbook we used to have. Okay?
The 3-ring binder, bro.
The 3-ring binder right here, baby. This is it.
Yes, sir.
This is the NFL playbook. You see
No
this?
iPads, no cloud service.
No,
you had a physical playbook.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And just so everybody knows, this is official. This is Eagles right here in the green. That's how long I had this one right here, playbook, back in the day. So
that's the real deal right there.
Yes, sir.
We ain't get iPads.
Oh, I'm so jealous. They just swipe through and
you can jump on the cloud, tap into the network, bring up any game.
Yeah.
We had to walk home. We had to carry a box full of tapes and DVDs.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
When we got to the league, it was still tapes.
Still tapes.
DVDs didn't come till later.
That's right. Yeah. When I was in Philly, I still got some tapes. I still got the tapes here.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's a lot of stuff, man. I've been looking at the one thing that I've been looking at on the offensive side. I know y'all like that trip set, like a 13 or a 12 set up with one running back and two tight ends. And basically just everything I'm looking at, man, is just make sure you find out where Kelsey is and where Xavier is. Because Xavier is usually the guy that comes in motion. It's either Xavier or Hollywood Brown, but most of the time I think it's Xavier. And usually they'll line up in twins and he'll motion to trips. And it's like, you got to remember, it's where they end up, not where they start.
That's right.
So, just picking up stuff like that, man. When y'all run that tight bunch set, kind of like an X-Nasty look,
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
and the stuff that they do with Travis Kelce, and it's like that's what you got to look out for, because the one thing I've been noticing is Patrick Mahomes is not throwing deep balls. Patrick
No.
Mahomes is throwing 5, 10, and 15-yard passes, getting the ball in the hands of his playmakers and letting them make plays. He ain't throwing the ball 40 yards down the field. Not a lot. I think he's only got 4 or 5 passes over 30 yards or something like that. He is not throwing the ball deep, and he don't have to. But what Andy Reid does better than anybody else, in my opinion, is when he puts Worthy or Hollywood Brown in motion, or they got that stack look in trips or whatever they're going to do with Kelce, because a lot of times he starts inside, the motions to outside, but they still basically in the same formation. But the difference is he getting covered by a cornerback or is he getting covered by a linebacker? Right. That's the matchup that you want. And what Andy Reid does is he creates space in zones.
Yes, he does. Absolutely.
And Mahomes just picks it apart. So that's what he does best, man. And it's going to be a situation where Vic Fangio, on the other hand, likes to play the nickel and have that extra guy up there with them 2 linebackers. So for me, I think this game is going to have a lot on Oren Burke's shoulders, because Zach Bond is the linebacker that's going to be on the line, that's going to back up, that's going to go in the coverage. But I guarantee you they're going to put Kelce to the side of Oren Burks and try to make the most of that matchup.
Every time. But also, too, what Kelce does, and Andy doesn't mind doing it, he'll put you on your best corner with Kelce and don't think you're going to throw it.
Absolutely.
And so before you know it, he got an out route, or he's doing a quick little hitch or curl, catch the football and get yards.
Yeah.
So I think for Andy, and like you said, they don't throw deep balls. But this is what I said the other day in my podcast. I said, go up top immediately, early and often, immediately. Come out, every single one. Go up top. Why not?
Yeah.
You got the 2 fast guys in the league, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown. I mean, that's their specialty. And so what you do, you don't think they're going to do. Okay?
Right.
That's what Andy does. He's like, okay, they don't think we're going to go deep. How about the first shot? We're going to take a shot. Let's take one. And I said, man, throw it out of the stadium. Don't even have to go catch it.
And not for nothing, they're going to test the rookies. We got 2 rookies back there.
You should. Come on, baby. Hey, absolutely.
So, absolutely. Now, we've been lucky enough because those 2 rookies specifically, Cooper DeJean and especially Quinyon, man, them jokers have been lights out. If nobody told you they was rookies, you'd never know. Because they've been playing up to that level, man. So I think it's going to be, obviously, we always agree that the game is won in the trenches. But I think because of Travis Kelce, I think our linebacker play, especially with Oren Burks, is going to be paramount. Now, the first time he got in the game when Kobe Dean got hurt, he had his struggles, but we managed. The second game, he looked much better against the Rams. Then he looked even better than that against Washington, because it's like now, even though he's a backup, now you got a guy that's had 3 weeks worth of reps with the first team at practice. So he's getting in and he understands and he knows what he's supposed to be doing. Not to mention, he got experience in the Super Bowl because he just backed up when Dre Greenlaw went down. He was the guy that backed up Dre Greenlaw when he popped his Achilles running on the field last year. So he's got experience and he's just gotten better and better and better. And for me, Vic Fangio was getting into Jeff Stoutland territory, meaning that Jeff Stoutland is the best offensive line coach in the NFL, bar none. Whoever he gets in his fold, he makes them a good to great player. Just look at Mekhi Becton, a 6'7" guard.
Yeah.
A 6'7" guard, dude. So
that's going to be a challenge for us. That offensive line is definitely going to be a challenge for us.
Yeah, man. And what I think what Vic Fangio is doing, man, is whatever he gets his hands on, he's getting the best out of them. He started before he got hurt. He was getting some good. Bryce Huff was paying dividends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just not for nothing else, man, just what he's done with Zach Bond, a role player in New Orleans. And now he going back to New Orleans as, competing for a Super Bowl champion, man. So
Well,
it's gonna be the chess match that everybody thinks it's gonna be.
Well, it's the same. I would say the same thing with Spags. Spags has taken
Yeah.
the young guys, young defense, and made them into just warriors and
Yeah.
disruptors. I mean, we're talking about Trent McDuffie, who's been in for 3 years and been to 3 Super Bowls, won 2
Damn.
of them. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, you in the jackpot as soon as you come out of college, right? I mean, he immediately come in, win the Super Bowls off the rip, like that's all you know.
Right.
And so, you know, we had a little bit of some challenge with finding the other guy after Snead had left. Okay, we've been kind of rolling guys in and out. I think it's going to be one of the things that we have to definitely concentrate on and focus on is making sure that one, first off, you got to stop Saquon Barkley. Okay,
Right.
but number two, you know, you got to cover Goddard, you got to cover Devontae Smith, you got to cover AJ Brown. And
Yeah.
I've said this: the best thing against these guys, be physical against them.
Yeah.
Spags does a great job of being physical. I know that when the guy was talking in the chat about being tough, Spags believes on putting hands on folks. It's just what it is.
He plays a lot of man coverage.
There's a ton of it. Ton of it.
He plays a lot of man coverage. And
right.
I was talking to somebody, and this was somebody on Twitter. Somebody had made a video of all the ways like Spags mixes up the defenses and the stunts and the blitzes he brings.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's 100% correct. However, every time you blitz, you gamble.
Yeah. Yes.
Every time you blitz, you gamble. And all it takes, just like we said, all it takes is for somebody to get punched in the mouth. All it takes is for somebody to come up or a safety comes up and he's trying to hide a blitz or a hidden coverage or something like that. And Saquon gets to the second level and ain't nobody there.
Right.
So every time you do that, it's a gamble. The thing about Spags is he been hit, his slot machine been hitting.
It sure has, man. He gambles
his slot
right.
machine been hitting.
Yes, sir.
So
yes,
he
sir.
knows what to send and where to send it.
That's
so
right.
that most likely is what the Eagles have been looking on the tapes and trying to figure out where he's bringing pressure from. When you bring that, if he brings that safety all the way up to the line of scrimmage, somebody's coming. Because he don't want to leave that single high up there by himself. So, and we got to keep it a buck with the Eagles, especially when you go back and you look at that. And I know it's a long way. It was a long time ago, but still you look at everything that happened towards the year and everybody is going to look at that Tampa Bay game where they were blitzing the hell out of us and we just wasn't getting the ball out quick.
Right.
So I would imagine we're going to see a little bit of that, but the flip side of that is you look at the Washington game, Jalen was getting the ball out quick and you saw how the offense was moving. So everybody has evolved. And the one thing is when you evolve, you're going to see some new things. And that's what you got to be ready for.
Yeah. The Commanders defense, is not elite.
Not even close.
Right. So I think like, you were just talking, I think that's what the difference is because how Spags has these guys playing at a high level, he's letting them know, like, listen, this is your assignment on this play. And I'm giving you, hold the guy up for 4 seconds. Do your job for 4 or 5, okay? Let the blitz get there. We know this. Like, any time that we're sitting there and saying hit gaps, okay, just get back there, okay? Hit his arm. Just get in his face. Just put hands up there. Anything you have to do just to make sure he doesn't get it off.
Right.
Disrupt the timing, whatever it needs to be done. And it's the same thing you said. Look, we're going to have to sell out on particular things to get it done. Saquon cannot be the one that beat us. Hey, look, everybody else, hey, fine. Let everybody else beat us. Pat Ryan up here actually requested, that brings up another question for Jason. Who are the Chiefs putting on AJ? McDuffie or Watson? And I think, either one could play him. That's the thing about it. McDuffie does a great job. He's it don't matter who he has. He's been knocking everybody down. Watson is the guy who's coming off at least some of an injury, but he's back. And hopefully he's fully healthy, to do that. So we got a good rotation anyway with Watson, Johnson, and Williams, Joshua Williams.
Yeah, because you got 2 number ones coming at you because number one, I think people just have forgotten how strong AJ Brown is. AJ Brown is basically 2 inches shorter than DK Metcalf, but they built basically the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
They built the same way. People forget how strong, how physical, and how fast AJ Brown is. And the flip side of that is, Devontae Smith. We don't call him the Slim Reaper for nothing.
Right.
He finds a way to get open, and he can run away from it. He one of them dudes that don't look like. You know what? I thought about this. Devontae Smith reminds me of Diallo. He reminds me of Diallo Burke because remember when Diallo would run, it didn't look like he was running.
No,
it looked like he was running fast.
No.
He would be gone.
Yeah.
That's what Devontae Smith is. And props to Devontae Smith, man, because that joker can take a hit.
Yeah, he can.
He can take a hit. Mm-hmm. So, and then of course Dallas Goedert. Everybody forgets about him, but
let him go and get his 5 or 6 man for about 45. Go on and give it to him. Don't let him get the end zone.
But now my concern turns to Kellen Moore because I'm looking at you gotta find a way to utilize him because and this is the thing that frustrates me. I think I said this before to you. Kellen Moore used to just rip us apart when he was with the Cowboys, and he would run that play action with Zeke and sneak Dallas Goedert into the open field, into that open zone.
Yep.
And he would kill it, and we couldn't stop it because we spent so much time worrying about Zeke, and he just ran plain old play action. But we give up some of that because we don't do, I don't think, in my opinion, we don't do enough out of pistol. We doing everything out of gun, and just play action just does not work the same out of gun.
No, it doesn't.
It just doesn't.
Yeah, longer action, transaction, and all of it. Yeah,
linebackers got to see that arm out and that ball out. See ball, get ball.
That's right.
And all you got to do is make the linebackers take a step or two forward. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they can take at least one step forward, that's 3 yards or more worth of space going the opposite direction, and you open that zone right behind the linebackers. But we don't. It's hard to do that when your play action is going east and west and not north and south.
North and south, right.
So, and it just seems like we don't do that. And the other thing that I'm looking at is we have got to be able, our guards have got to be able to get a hat on Bolton, the linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't realize he was as shifty as he was. He's getting through holes and he's making himself skinny and he's beating offensive linemen to the spot.
Yeah.
Because you guys will always hear me say, if you are a smaller guy, a lot of times you're going to lose the battle of physics. Just
That's
because if you 230, 220, and you're going up against somebody that's 320, you're going to lose that battle of physics. But when you beat your man to the spot, and then it's not like he's got to hit you, but he's trying to, you've already beat him to the punch, and now he's trying to move you out of the way. At the very least, the running back can't go to where he wants to go, so he's got to go somewhere else. So the defense wins on that particular battle. And Nick Bolton gets to spots. He's good at reading the defenses and getting in there. And the one thing I saw when I watched film on Buffalo, I went back and I watched film on Denver and can't remember who, Texans.
Yes.
And a couple times, man, he was just plain and simply beating the offensive lineman to the spot and slipping through that line of scrimmage, making himself skinny and getting there and disrupting the play. He ain't always make the tackle, but he was making the play.
Right. He's an undersized linebacker who led the SEC in tackles for 2 years, and there's a reason for that. Like you said, anticipation, knowing what guys going to be. He reads very well. He's highly intelligent with football IQ, putting guys in the right spot. And so I've said that too. It's going to be the guys up front, okay, to keep that lineman off of Bolton. If you let those guys play in his lap, we're going to have a long day. We're going to have a long day. All our linebackers, well, not all of them. Chanel's a good size. He's like your prototypical 250, right? He's a monster. But Tranquil is more like same thing, kind of skinnier build, very athletic, but he can run, he can play too. But Bolton is your guy. He's the one that's putting everybody in position to make plays, and he's telling them, look, keep them off of me so I can just go. Right? Y'all do that, I'm gonna be fine.
Is he y'all green dot? He got the green dot?
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Holton?
absolutely. He's the guy. He's the guy. I think people just don't like him because he's not the prototypical size. You
So then
know,
we go
yeah,
back to that package
Lawrence.
again.
Yeah,
Like
you're right,
what do people want?
man. Yeah,
What do
yeah,
people want? They said
yeah.
the same thing with us
Mhm.
because just as a comparison, the Kobe Dean was playing the exact same way. At the
Yeah.
beginning of this year, the narrative on the Kobe Dean was we didn't know if he was going to be able to be that guy, and it was like then he started playing lights out. Then him and Zach Barn just connected, and they started going crazy. And then he tears his knee, and it's like okay, now we got to get the same thing out of Oren Burke. So
Yeah.
we'll see what Fangio gonna dial up because that's where it's gonna be. But but how many times we gotta say, man? It starts and ends in the trenches, and I think
It's a fact, man.
I'm curious because like what we were saying about Caliendo. Now, normally Jalen Carter wouldn't line up over Caliendo. He's usually not there. But I'm wondering if they're going to move Jalen Carter around to see if they can take advantage of that. They'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And we just, like I said, we just got to know, where he is, to be able to give that type of help.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing with Chris Jones. Chris Jones, he's another one.
Exactly.
We'll move him around. Hey man, who's buttering your bread right now? Who's the one that you see is the weak link? Okay, who's the one that's huffing and puffing and breathing over there? Okay, that's the one. Chris Jones saying, "Let me take a turn at him. Let me see."
Yo, Dank Bird, you saying my boy he in?
Hey, look at him. Finally,
he in. That's what I'm talking about, man.
That's what's up.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. Eric Allen, he's been deserving of that.
About daggone time.
Congratulations, for real. Congratulations to him.
About daggone time, man.
Heck yeah.
That was my that's my pin in the Twitter page. I had a video that was going.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. Well, let me see.
Oh, really? Okay.
Hold on for a second. Let me see. Let me see if I got this Jersey Ball Studio. Let me see if I can get this.
All right.
Oh, that's not it. Daggone it. Tight corner. Gato. There we go. Let me see if I now watch, I ain't gonna be able to find it. Oh, I'm so happy he got in, man.
Yeah.
I am so happy he got in. It's about time.
EA.
No. Finish. Come on. There we go. Nah, that ain't it.
What's that? Oh, you had the highlights to it, or the
yeah, I had the let me see. I had it in this tight corner. I done screwed it up. I'll go back to main studio. I'm looking for there we go. Just a reminder, Eric Allen belongs in the Hall of Fame. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna keep messing around with it. My guy, EA. That's what's up, man. I'm so happy he got in. Damn, I'm so happy he got
in. Jared Allen got in too. Jared Allen, Sterling Sharp.
Sterling Sharp got in?
This is, yeah.
That's what's up, man.
That's what Daybird said.
Antonio Gates.
Gates should have been in.
Should have been in.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
That's good. That's a great class. I agree with you, Pat Ryan. Great class.
Oh, that's so dope.
Pat Ryan said Sam Mills earlier. I'm like, ooh, he knows some football. He been around for a little bit. Sam Mills.
Sam Mills.
I don't know about Sam Mills, man.
Sam Mills used to bring that heat, boy.
Yes, sir.
Man, I remember we were in camp. We went up to New York to scrimmage the Jets for a week. We stayed up there for a week because we had the preseason game up there. But you go up there, you have practice with them, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Ronnie Lott was with the Jets.
Okay.
And I remember we was doing team drills. And I was in there, and we ran a trap, and I snuck through, got past the linebackers to the second level, and I saw Ronnie Lott coming, man. And when I tell you my heart dropped, man, I thought he was gonna light me up. Boy. Whoo. Because growing up, and you saw what Ronnie Lott did and the hits he used to make.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, that's woo. That was a fear factor right there.
Man, Ronnie Lott came in the locker room when I was with the Eagles. And Ray Rose was like, man, Jason, I want to introduce you to Ronnie Lott. It's Ronnie's in there, man, and he's having a pregame speech with me. He's like, man, you got to go out there and you got to kill them, just rip their necks and stuff off. He was just hyping. I'm just sitting there like, yeah, intense the whole time. Because Ray Bob, coached him out there in San Fran.
Okay, that's right.
So I'm just like, man, you talking about an intense individual. Man, that's Ronnie Lott, baby. That's Ronnie Lott. Yeah. So, hey, let me head to the restroom real quick. All right.
Go ahead.
All right.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna open this up for anybody that wants to. I'm gonna drop the link. So if anybody wants to jump on, you got a question or something like that, we can do that, and we answer your questions. Man, I'm so happy for Eric Allen, man. Golly. I'm so happy, man. I'm trying to think, is that my first teammate? It's not my first teammate in the Hall of Fame, but like, who did I it was a guy, it was a receiver. I played with Mark Duper, and what's the guy from the Buffalo? There was a receiver from Buffalo that made the Hall of Fame, and he was with the Eagles. And the only reason he was with the Eagles, he was stat pad. He was well beyond his prime, but he was stat pad. But he got in. His name is escaping me. But I think Eric Allen is the first player that I played with that's in the Hall of Fame. And I'm trying to think, was it somebody else that I'm missing? I'm trying to think. Seth, Clyde, Eric Allen, Wes Hop. I don't know. It'll come to me before in a minute. Oh my God, Chris 3K, what's going on? He ain't in yet. He ain't came through yet. We got somebody. My boy Chris 3K came through, but his signal ain't coming in yet. So I'm gonna give him a minute.
Okay.
Nah, it wasn't Andre Reed. It was daggone it. I'm gonna find out.
What was the question?
I was trying to remember I'm trying to think. It was Eric Allen, like my first teammate that went in the Hall of Fame, and I'm trying to think of others. And I played with Mark Duper.
Okay.
And it was a receiver that most of his good years was with Buffalo, and he was with us for a season, but he was stat pad. He was just pumping his stats up, and I can't remember who it was. It was not Andre Reed. Andre Reed never played with the Eagles.
Okay. Oh man, I can name some names, but I don't, Fred Barnett wasn't there.
Fred wasn't in the Hall of Fame, but I played with him.
Hall of Fame guy. So with Buffalo too?
With Buffalo. I'm gonna find it in a second. Not Andre Reed. Maybe it wasn't Buffalo then. Maybe it wasn't Buffalo. Andre Reed. Dang on it. I can't think of it. Maybe it was the Giants. Mark Bavaro. But is Mark Bavaro in the Hall of Fame?
I think so. I think Mark's in there.
Dang it. I can't. Now it's going to bug me. Let's get this Chris 3K. I'm going to get there.
Okay.
Chris, what's going on, dude?
What up, Coach? You got me?
Chris, I got you, man. What's going on?
Hello?
What's going on?
Nothing much. First of all, I appreciate the stream bringing the Super Bowl content, man. It's been a long 2 weeks, man.
For sure.
Been a long 2 weeks. We almost there. My question is kind of a two-part question for both, obviously. Does Jalen need to be great on Sunday in order for us to hold the trophy? And if he does need to be great, what does that mean? Does he have to throw for 200 yards and rush for another 70? Is it picking up crucial third downs? Just how much of an impact do you think is needed from Jalen in order for us to get this win on Sunday?
The only thing Jalen needs to do is to continue to do what he's been doing. So take what the defense gives you and don't turn the ball over. He doesn't have to throw for 300 yards. I don't believe that. He hasn't had to do that all year. That game we had against Washington, the game we had against the Rams, the game we had against Baltimore, the game we had against the Steelers. He's not throwing for a lot of yards. Now, the last game against Washington, he threw for what, 240 or something like that? But
yeah, I think 240.
Yeah, he didn't turn the ball over. So
Gotcha.
my thing is, you can get away, you know my logic. The long ball is overrated. So just like me and Jay was talking earlier, get the ball in the hands of your playmakers and let them make plays. Jalen Hurts can throw a quick slant to A.J. Brown all damn day, and I would be happy. Because A.J. Brown is known to break a tackle or two. So take what the defense gives you, set it up. I'm looking for A.J. to do his thing. Really, Devontae's kind of got lost in the sauce. So this looks like a game where he would come out of nowhere. But Jalen's been protecting the ball, getting the ball to hands of your playmakers, get the ball to Saquon, and just you don't have to be great, whatever great means. Just keep doing what you've been doing because it's working.
Right.
What you think, Jay?
No, I think you hit it on the head. I think it really boils down to each and every quarterback in the league. You know, what you want to do is you want to always protect the football.
James Lofton. Thank you.
James Lofton. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, you protect the football for sure. But pick and choose. You don't take big risk when you don't need to, right? Don't force anything. Like Markus said, take what the defense gives you. I think another thing of his element that he brings to the game, which is dangerous, is his running legs. You know, it's his style, right? He does a great job also too in his decision making, and I don't think people talk enough about it because he just didn't put himself in precarious positions. That's what I love about it. I was saying this the other day when I was watching when they was blitzing Jalen, and he would just kind of eat the ball or going down. Well, for him, he don't have to throw it up. Why throw it up? Why make an in-air pass? Because if you have a great defense, what does the defense coordinator tell you? Hey, guess what? Punt it. Let's play, play for another day. That's it. We'll hold you. That's why you have a good defense because we'll take it on, right? So it's all about, no question about it. Field position is going to matter. It's going to be huge. It is going to be absolutely huge. So when you get down close to the the red zone, where now all of a sudden your kickers could strike, right? Because now this is done now. Jake Elliott, Buckner come into play here.
Yeah.
All those things matter. They all matter, man. So don't take bad, make bad decisions, bad choices. Don't take a bad sack running around like I get on Patrick Mahomes sometimes because he'll hold the ball. He'll try to do like running around and stuff. Now, before you know it, you done moved your team out of field goal range. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you don't want to do things like that. That's it.
No, that's dope. It's definitely refreshing to hear the perspective of players, man, and the way you guys talk about the game. Because hearing a lot of this media stuff, we turn it a lot into quarterback versus quarterback, and it's a lot more than that. It's 22 guys on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's coaches and OCs and DCs that's all participating in the game. And, I think a lot of the talk is, especially around Jalen, is considering who we're going up against now, it's, well, we need him to be 300 yards because it's Mahomes. And it's like the way you guys break it down is, as players, you guys understand that, no, he has a responsibility that he just needs to continue to do. And there's other guys on the field who are going to play a role in what happens in the game. And it ain't just it's not a one-on-one competition, you know.
Right.
So
Right.
that's definitely refreshing to hear from players, and obviously that's the different perspective I get. So
man.
That's pretty much the question I have for the night, at least at this point.
Well, and
All right.
I tell you real quick, you made a great point. Is sometimes it don't have to be the names that everybody knows. And I
Yeah.
said this, I want the guys who people don't really know have to have a good game, right?
Yeah.
I expect Chris Jones to have a good game, Patrick Mahomes and all the guys to be great. I expect Jalen Hurts to have a good game. It's the other guys that may not be the unsung heroes who steps up all of a sudden like, man, where'd he come from?
Where'd he
Right?
come from? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. That's definitely dope, man. I just like I said, it's just refreshing to hear from guys who have played the game at the highest level, who understand the game and understanding, like you said, it is not and unfortunately it's gonna be tied up like this and wrote about this on Monday after the game. It's gonna be Jalen versus Mahomes, and it's not gonna really it probably won't really come down to that. Like you said, it's gonna be somebody else or some of the other guys that are gonna play just as much of a role in what takes place as the quarterbacks do. You know what I'm saying? They have roles, but there's other guys who, you know, they're going to have roles just as much as they do. And if they don't fulfill theirs, I don't care what the quarterback throw for, it won't be enough. You know, so if those other guys don't do their job. So, yeah, I just wanted to, you know, kind of pick it. Oh, one other thing.
Yeah.
Coaches, do you think as far as Saquon goes, because obviously we know how good the Chiefs defense is and how focused, as they should be, kind of containing him, is this a game where you can kind of see him used in different ways, kind of getting the ball in his hands, maybe out on the perimeter, whether it's swing passes, some of those pitches that they do? Do you think that could be a little bit more effective than just running, you know, like Kellen Moore's been doing all year, running straight at guys? Like, do you think this is one of those games where you can kind of just get him involved in different ways as opposed to just the traditional, you know, turn around and hand it to him because of who you're playing against?
Well, no, they're going to have to. He can't try to force it up the middle.
Right.
Kellen Moore is good at that. And especially because I'm just going to assume that Spags is going to dial something up for a run blitz. They've been watching film too. So you can't just do the same old. We've had trouble all year. And if you notice, if you go back and you look at all of, not all of them, but a lot of Saquon's runs, right? A lot of his runs hit not off tackle, but right on the tackle's butt. And he bounces outside, and what he does is he goes the inside butt of the tackle.
Yep.
And that brings everybody in. Then he bounces out. Everybody gets kind of caught up in the shuffle inside, and that gives him a couple extra steps outside, and he can get to the second level and outrun folks. Right? So, but those times when we are in gun formation and he's got to go east to west before he goes north and south, that's what I don't like. If you go and start in gun, then let him go all the way outside. Don't make him take 2 steps and then go forward, because we're going to lose that battle. I would expect that at some point in time that the Chiefs might try to go 8-man in the box. Well, if they put 8 men in the box, that means we got to cut the defense in half, and you got to take your pick. Optimally, what you want to do is, if you're going to put 8 men in the box, normally that means there's a safety coming up. So that leaves you with single high in the back, but you got to get to that second level. And that's the gamble we was talking about. But if we don't get our blocks, or if they, like, say, if we don't change the run up and we end up running to the blitz side, the defense wins that battle. So it's going to be a lot of stuff that might be disguised. You're going to see probably a couple times where you're going to have 8 people up on the line of scrimmage, and you're going to have a couple people drop off at the snap. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to confuse the offensive lineman. I don't know who to block. I got somebody on me. I got somebody shaded in the gap. They just trying to confuse you, and then all of a sudden both linebackers drop. So then the second part of that is now they're trying to confuse Jalen Hurts. Everybody's up on the line of scrimmage. Somebody should be open over here, but now the linebackers drop back, and where I thought somebody was open, now there's a linebacker, and now you're trying to force a mistake. Try to get somebody to throw the ball where you shouldn't throw the ball, get a turnover. So, like I say, it's a chess match. And Spags is one of the best at doing it.
Yeah. Spags will use defensive tackles, defensive ends to cover. He's done that plenty of times all season. And he'll use a nose tackle, going out there to cover in the flat.
Yeah.
He'll do things like that. That's what Spags, he's so unconventional what he does because he knows it will, confuse the offensive line and hopefully the quarterback. One of the things, man, I hope that they don't do is I hope they utilize Saquon in the passing game. That's been our Achilles heel all season. And I really didn't want to say that, but that's kind of where we've been kind of like a
Kellen Moore watching.
I don't know. He could be, but hey, if he's not, Saquon is a hell of a pass catcher. He's got incredible hands, and so to me, I think that's the element of his game. If they utilize, is going to be very tough for us, man, to contend with because we're asking somebody who is a better athlete, if you will. He's a better athlete than our linebackers, as he should be.
Yeah,
as he should be.
Yeah.
Should be.
So,
here's the problem with that. Kellen Moore ain't got much of a screen game. We throw better screens to our tight end than we do to our running back.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we throw that wide screen where basically Saquon is going out for the wide. I don't like that because that's putting you out there and making your wide receivers become blockers. You don't want to do that. That's not what they do.
That's
so now it's up to the running back to make somebody miss.
Mm-hmm.
So I would rather not do that. I would rather see the screens underneath.
Well,
I'm saying getting open, but those tend to come from Dallas Goedert, not Saquon.
Well, I'm saying it only had to be a screen. I'm just talking about have the two guys run the defense off, right?
Yeah.
And just leave it one-on-one for Saquon, like you said, swing pass.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Check, swing. Now Saquon's in open space with a linebacker,
Right.
I mean, our guys, my eyes are gonna be like that watching on TV, like, oh man, what's man do one-on-one with Saquon and open? Come on, man.
Yeah, because I've been of the mindset, and it sounds crazy, as great as he's been in the run game this year, and I know Shanahan is really good with this with his running backs. You see him where he just motions out to McCaffrey, and he'll just get him the ball. A Debo, he just throws him the ball in space.
That's
and
it.
it's like, and what's crazy is as effective as Saquon has been as a runner, I could imagine he'd even be a little bit more if you just had time to say, you know what, we just gonna throw it to you, and you one-on-one against, I don't care what linebacker, you can pick one in the league. I like my chance with Saquon. Just get it to him in space. It don't got to be handed off to him. Just get it to him in space and to let him make a play. And I'm kind of wondering if Kellen Moore, he hasn't done it all year, but if there's a different way at times he can kind of deploy Saquon, because Spags is too good to just line up and be like, as great as our offensive line is, if Spags and that defense gets a beat on you, it can be tough. So I'm like, are there different ways to kind of deploy Saquon to be like, look, instead of just being about running the ball, we just gonna get you touches. It could be handoffs, it could be pitches, and it can be in the passing game where it's like, we just gonna have you play one-on-one against whoever want to tackle you, and we're gonna take our best shot. And let's see how they want to do it.
That is a scary sight to see for a linebacker with a guy the caliber of Saquon Barkley. And that's exactly what, and I say this because Andy does a lot of it, is sometimes those little dump passes and swing passes is just as good as a run.
Yep.
Yeah. That's exactly what they are. It's a glorified pitch.
It is. Yeah. It's an extended run. That's it.
It's a glorified pitch. Matter of fact, watching film, I saw them do that with Xavier Worthy. Where Mahomes just got the ball. Mm-hmm. He barely got his feet set. He just threw the ball out there to Worthy. Now, if that was a pitch, the running back would still be over the guard. That's how fast Mahomes threw it. So in less than 2 seconds, you got the ball almost out to the numbers. And because the way the defense was, the cornerback was playing 8 yards off of Worthy. So now he gets the ball in his hands and he got 5 yards of separation.
That's out-level the defense immediately.
That's enough time to make a move and make somebody miss. So
absolutely.
I hope we can do it. I hope we put Saquon out. But I'm looking at it from the standpoint of, I just want to get the ball in his hands as quick as possible, and then let him do his thing. And we talked earlier, we already know Spags is going to bring some stuff, but
absolutely,
can we recognize it?
Absolutely,
can he? Because he's going to get home 1 or 2 times. He is going to get home. But
He gon-
can
he
we? Because that's
gonna
the
get
big
home.
thing. Can we recognize where the blitz is coming from? If you can recognize where the blitz is coming from, the rule is throw it where they ain't.
That's
Yeah,
it. That's right.
that's it. Throw where
So,
they
but
ain't.
we'll
And that's
see.
like I was just kind of wondering about, because obviously as great as our offensive line is, listen, the Chiefs are the 2-time champions. We know what they represent. And so I'm just like, as a form of respecting what they represent, Saquon's been the guy all year, but I'm just like, as
I
good
think we
as
lost.
we've ran, I'm pretty sure they're going to have, I'm like, are there going to be different ways we can kind of get Saquon?
We'll get him in there. I think I'm losing your signal, man. You pausing.
Yeah.
But all right, Chris, man. We appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Good questions.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If anybody else want to get on the mic, you still got the
You don't mind if I give a shout out real quick, man, for for my homegirl, Janetta was in here. She was on the show live host with Rafael Colanzo, the Bamba Live, which is a Puerto Rican breakfast club type of deal. You know what I mean?
Nice.
That they do. They're going to actually have a party down at the. Let's see, where is this at? Super Bowl links. I had to send it to you to get it down there, man. Fox Chase Tavern is where it is. 427
Man,
Ron Street, Philadelphia, man.
hook me up with some of that shrimp and rice.
Yes, sir.
Shoot.
Yes, sir. Dobo, boy, that's some of the things I miss. You know, so yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I always laugh at my wife because we discovered this, right not even 2 minutes up the road. It's a little strip mall, and we discovered this Puerto Rican place, and we went there for the first time. And I told my wife, I said, all them times that we went up to Taco Bell, that just feels all just straight up disrespectful, man. Straight up disrespectful. I was like, I will never do that again. All of these Puerto Rican and Mexican restaurants we got around here, I will never go to that crap again. I'm always going there, man. Always going there. So
I'm gonna send this to you, brother. I don't know if you could share it real quick on the post. I just texted to you. I don't know how it comes through to you, but somebody just to see it. But it's gonna be a watch party down there, man. That's where it's gonna be. So Fox Chase Tavern. Y'all got a chance to go out there, man. My girl puts everything on, man. They do a great job. So Bamba Live is part of it too. So
let me see if I can bring it up.
okay.
Crap, I'm not logged in. Let me see. I see it. I see Yelps and Matt Quest, Philly Grill. Let me see if we can get a good picture of it.
Okay.
There we go.
Fox
Chase Tavern. That's it?
There it is. Yeah, that's it. Fox Chase Tavern. Yep. Super Bowl. So we're gonna be, man, 6:30 down there. So she's putting the party on. She does a great job.
427 Ron Street.
Mm-hmm.
The former McNally's on Ron and Fox Chase. There you go.
Oh, McNally's. I remember McNally's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Fox Chase Tavern. Oh, dang. I just tried to do that again. Squire Tavern. All right.
Yeah, it'd be a good time, man. They do the party right.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna get some. I'm trying to debate if I want to cook some ribs or just go ahead and buy some. I'll probably end up if it's supposed to rain tomorrow, I'm probably end up buying them, so I don't have to cook. But all right, man. Appreciate the conversation, man. We had a lot of good talk, man. A lot of good stuff going on, man. This is gonna be a hell of a game, brother.
Man, who you
hell
telling?
of a game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got to go on TV tomorrow. Go talk about it. So it's going to be a good thing. I'm just like, look, man, we just ready for the guys to play. We just ready for them to play, man. Media time's over with it. Look, the hay is in the barn. The hay is in the barn. You know that, okay? And so now all the talking is done. Now it's about action.
Facts. Yeah. Facts. I'm probably going to be streaming again tomorrow.
Okay.
Just because I want to do content every day to the game. And then, of course, Sunday, me and Tone gonna have our normal pregame show at 10:30 in the morning. So we're gonna do that. So I'll probably be live tomorrow. It's funny, man. I've been doing since we won the conference champions. I done had content every day, and I was getting mad because all of this WNBA breaking news kept happening. I was like, everybody with the new signings, with the Indiana Fever, all this stuff was going on, and I was like, I made a video. I was like, can y'all stop? I'm trying to. I got to worry about this game. Just give me another week. After the week, y'all can launch all of the breaking news stories with the WNBA. It was killing me, man. Killing me, but it's good stuff. I can't wait to get back into it. Wait to start watching the women's NCAA women's again. But we got to get till Sunday. Got to get to Sunday, man. So looking forward to it, brother. I appreciate you coming on the show.
Absolutely, my brother. Love you, man. Hey, look, I appreciate coming out here, be able to talk to you and some of these Philly fans that's out here. You know, like I said, man, I'm there. My teeth was cut in Philly. I'm still a Philly guy, okay? But Kansas City, man, hey, rules the house. That's what it does right now. So that's what it is.
All right, man. We gonna reconnect next week after the game.
Okay, for sure. Definitely got to do that.
So we definitely got to do a recap, man. So I appreciate everybody in the chat: Pat, Nana Sherry, Eagle Stewart, Joe Santo, Darkbird Gang. Who else? If I miss you, charge it to my head, not my heart. Did I say Eagle Stewart already?
Yeah.
Who else? Got him. Yeah, the chat was fire tonight, man. 13 seconds. I see you in there. You was bringing the heat. Who else? Did I miss anybody? Teskey Mason. I appreciate once again, man. Thank you for the super chat. Kaiser Sekiyoba. Go Birds. That's what I'm talking about. All day. Philly, man. Everybody. My dad was first out the limo. Shout out to my dads if he's still up watching. My mom was in here. I know she said she's gonna be watching, but she probably fell asleep. Yeah. So everybody, man, the time is now. We here on Sunday night. Probably at about 10:30 or so. We gonna know the answer to all of these questions, man.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
So I appreciate everybody jumping on. Jason, I appreciate you. Love you, brother, as usual.
Love you too, brother.
And we're gonna do this again, man. Thanks for everybody coming in, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Go Birds! Let's get this thing done.
Y'all can come in and come check us out tomorrow too if y'all get a chance. All right.
Yeah. What time you going tomorrow?
So everybody know. Ours is going to be 8:00. Okay.
Okay.
We'll sit down in the dungeon, Keys to Victory. Come check it out. I come out here, start spitting fires, straight fire, spit fire.
Yeah. So, I see you got that whiteboard full back there, man.
Yes, sir. I was going to show the plays, but I'm just like, I can't. Don't show the plays that you look thinks are going to work. So,
yo, you know what I did?
What's that?
Have you seen the segment on ESPN where Dan Orlovsky gets the virtual headset?
No.
Oh, dude. Let me see if I can show that. I reached out to the company, to the game company that makes that. I was like, I'm NFL alumni. How do I get that software? Because I'm like, I got to get that. Let me see if I got this in here.
On VR. Huh.
He just does like a little quick segment.
Okay.
I bet you I don't. Doggone it.
I just got one of them VRs, man, about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Yeah.
What did I I know I recorded it. And I can't hold on, let me try try this. This is it. Are you going to be able to see it though? That's the question.
No.
I don't think I can share. Hold on. Let me see if I can share it with you. Let me see. Breaking news.
Telestrator? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
It says Telestrator. Huh.
Let me see if I can Nah, it's not gonna let me do it.
Okay. I'll check it out. Shoot, Let me see. I'm gonna pull that thing up.
It's called the visualizer. It's called Pro Era. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I know what I can do. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can hit him with the okie doke. I'm gonna go on. Let's do this. Come on now.
Man, they saying they got this in the what's the name in the store, in the meta store, too. This can't be the same stuff.
Nah, they got the game. There's a game called Pro Era Football.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I told.
Nah, it ain't gonna let me do it because the video file is too big.
I got.
I was gonna dump it on my Twitter, and then I could pull up my Twitter stream, and then you can see it. But it's not. It ain't gonna let me do it. It's called the Pro Era Visualizer, and so the game is called Pro Era Football. So basically, it's like the MetaQuest version of Madden.
I have played that. I played that with my grandson, and he brought it and showed it to me. Yeah.
See, I got the game, but what the visualizer lets you do is let you move around, highlight any player.
Mm-hmm.
You can put up different defenses. You can draw routes like in real time, and I could say, "All right, let me beat Jalen Hurts," and then it takes you immediately to his perspective. So Dan Orlovsky does this little segment where he's breaking down the defense or what should happen, what he's seeing, and you can see it from like the quarterback's perspective. But he can switch spots in real time, like instantly. And I was like, man, that'd be a hell of a tool to play around with. So I reached out to the company. I went to their support, got on their Discord channel, and I'm trying to see if I can somehow get that software, man. Just don't play around with it. Because stuff like that, man, I'm always looking for an edge. Something that ain't nobody else got, bro.
Shoot, yeah. Josh Allen wins MVP.
Did he?
Yep.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
No, I expected it.
So, but he didn't win Super Bowl champion though.
No.
you can have that. So, but all right, brother, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all hanging in with. Hey, appreciate y'all giving me the heads up when I'm having the microphone issues. I got to work on that, figure out what's going on with that. But we will see y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. Check out Chief Concerns, and we'll see y'all Sunday for the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
We'll see if we can get this done, man. I'm out. I will talk to you guys later. Go Birds and all that kind of good stuff. Be safe out there, and I'll see y'all next time.
See y'all later. Y'all be good.